Yeah, you got a whole green screen sound booth.
Yeah.
I could make it look like you're underwater right now.
You have fun with it, man. I
post.
barely, I just started doing more video stuff because, sometimes we
man.
do self-tapes and I do, educational videos for the voice acting school I work for and stuff like that. So, but if you want to have, put me in the water or something like that, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
What voice acting?
It's Global Voice Acting Academy. A lot of people know us as GVAA.
Okay.
Gava, yes.
As we're commonly known as.
Yeah, we just did we were presenters at a voiceover conference in Atlanta a week or two ago, and it's so funny because a lot of people know us for this non-union rate guide that we created, which is the GVA rate guide, and you know it too. But so many people are like, Global Voice Acting Academy. Is that what GVA stands for? It's like, yes, we're a whole school. We teach people this shit.
Believe it or not, we teach things. Rob just teaches people how to throb. I mean, Shroom just
I don't teach
in silence, in the dark.
You don't want to know what I teach you.
Oh, no. That's some funky ASMR shit, but
yeah. Well, let's get into it, listening audience, we got Sean Daeley in the house, so I'm going to get the intro going.
Nice.
Bam! All right, greetings, listeners. Welcome on into the Nostalgia Pit, a podcast aiming to dissect pop culture, the subconscious, and other psychological phenomena through a hyperbolic and prismatic lens. Hosted by Rob Snow, Colin Cassard, the Spleens in the House, Madge from MC, theme songs produced by Golden Beats. The Nostalgia Pit is available all the places you find your podcasts. And this week, we welcome in Professor of Words and Actor of Voices, the wonderful Sean Daeley. You heard his voice talking about the GVAA, the GVA, right? Slightly earlier. And Sean is a teacher of both language arts, ESL, professional, and professor of voice acting. But most importantly of all, Sean loves comics, he loves animation, he loves action figures, and everything nostalgic, so that's why we had to get him in the house. So
it was a match made in heaven, man. I was like, I didn't know what I was signing up for, but I saw the backdrop and the music. It was just like, oh my God, I'm 10 years old all over again.
That's exactly what we wanted from you. So make sure that you go check out all of Sean's works. We'll have all of his links in our episode description. We've also got our resident spleen in the house. Like I said, welcome back to Kevin. The Brother Boogie himself is here in the mix, and you know what that means. We got some black magic noise at the end of the episode. That's right, we play music at the end of every episode, so make sure you stay tuned for The Purge Volume 2. Link is in the description. If you enjoy what we're doing here at the Pit, you want to support us further, please check out our Patreon, where you can get access to our brand new exclusive podcast. Rob, what's the podcast?
No Five-talgia.
That's right. What is No Five-talgia, Rob?
It's a top 5 list of all the best opinions that you have to agree with.
You have to agree with it. Every single one. That's a great way to put it. Well,
nice cold takes.
Yeah, it's an entire brand new exclusive podcast specifically and specially for our Patreon supporters. The only place you can find us on our Patreon. Last week, we broke down top 5 cartoon villains. This week, we're going to break down top 5 PlayStation 2 games. We've already got like 8 in the bank, so go check out our Patreon because you can get that as well as access to our watch-alongs from the past. Oh yeah, watch-alongs, that's right. We do live watch-alongs of Twin Peaks every Tuesday or every other Tuesday with some movies in between, so make sure you sign up for those and all of the stuff. But you know me, I like to ramble, and I continue to ramble. So I figured let's just get into it. What's up, guys?
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's do this!
Yeah, we're gonna let this music just play out. We got like 20 more seconds. It's just gonna take us into the sunset, sunrise.
Just ease
we're
right
starting.
Sean, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about Neil Breen? You know anything about Neil Breen?
Neil Green. It sounds familiar. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Why do you ask?
Because we just watched. I subjected these gentlemen.
Yeah, more
Subjected
correctly.
is the correct. That's
Absolutely correct term.
Yeah, to what could be, if you're generous, classified as a movie.
Okay, generous.
If you're
No,
feeling
no.
charitable.
Very generous. Okay, we're talking like philanthropist, not
Yeah, like you have to be like a saint basically to categorize this as a film. All right,
So
this
it's
is
an act of charity to categorize it as a film.
yeah, this is like 60 minutes of stock footage, and then like at least 10 minutes of reused scenes, and
At least 10?
probably, dude.
No,
Bro,
bro.
like 100,
That's
bro.
yeah, man. That movie was what 90 minutes. A good solid 30 minutes of that was reused footage. Like
And then the rest
Anyway,
was stock
highly
footage.
recommend Double Down by Neil Breen, or any of Neil Breen's wonderful movies that are in his filmography.
I don't
Sean.
think I could ever watch another Neil Breen movie.
Oh, we're gonna
Written-
watch Cade's Crossing,
written-
dude.
Directed, starring, shot by. He did everything except the director of photography for like his first 6 films. And some would say he's a savant.
I don't know.
But
if
of
anybody
what?
would
I don't know about that. I want to
Is
meet
this
them.
like a
I would love to
Room
meet
kind of
those people.
situation here, or like what are we getting into?
Did you say Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly like Tommy Wiseau, except less entertaining, maybe.
But that's
yeah.
arguable because
It's arguable. It's similar.
I mean, I haven't seen a Tommy Wiseau. It's Tommy Wiseau, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
The Room.
right?
You've never seen The
Yeah.
Room?
You're
Are you
tearing
serious?
me apart, Lisa. Yeah.
You're
but,
tearing me apart. I
Evan,
did
we might
not
have to watch
hate
that.
her. I did not.
I'm
yeah, we-
down.
So
I'm
it's
down
not
to watch
one of
that.
those. So I mean, The Room. A lot of people would argue is so bad it's good, but is
Right,
this
yeah.
so bad it's good and then bad again because there's more, or it just loop backs on its own badness?
It's like bad, really good, bad.
No,
you know?
no.
There's like
The
a
really-
great moment.
No, there's a moment that genuinely made me laugh and cry harder than I have. And I will be seeking that dopamine hit for a very long time moving forward. But that being said, was it worth it? That's questionable. You know what I
It's
mean?
very questionable.
Heroin gives you a great dopamine bang. You know what I mean? If I inject it into my veins, that's going to give me the best of the dopamine bangs from heroin. Does that mean I should do it again? No.
Probably not. Just make sure you're, lean on your side and all
Implying
that
I've
stuff. You have
never-
to make preparations for this.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right.
Right.
Gotta be in the right setting. But yeah, Neil Breen. That being said, if you're gonna watch it, do not watch it like by yourself. Do not watch it as if it is a movie. You watch it with a lot of people getting drunk and or stoned, or just having fun, making fun of it. It's very much a mystery science theater-esque movie. The only way that we got through it, and it was still extremely painful, was all of us making fun of it. I was like narrating, I did like a whole monologue.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Literally, and I did not talk over his speaking at any point
Because it was
during
just stock footage of Las
'Cause
Vegas.
literally
you know?
just establishing shots of Las Vegas. Hey,
Oh yeah,
it's
that's the
Las
movie.
Vegas.
Is establishing shots and then him typing on laptops. That's like 90%.
Not even
of the
like
movie.
lazy VO about what's going on? Or
No.
No,
There's a lot of
there's
that
like-
though. There is a
There's
lot
a
of
lot
that.
of that, but like it's
It's
man.
mostly like most of the movie starts out probably like the first half of the movie. You go without anyone actually talking on the screen. It's just him doing voiceovers and stuff like that. And then finally it gets to a scene where it's actually 2 people talking on a boom mic. And it was like, oh, wow, that's the first time that's happened.
Like production value. Goddamn. All right.
Oh,
Here, guys, they only have one
Gotta-
mic, so we got to share.
yeah,
Yeah.
for real. dude.
Basically,
for real.
But at least, he didn't make a great movie, but he stars in it, right? So at least, he's got a terrible look and awful posture and is incredibly creepy and awkward. So there's that at least. And he demanded that he be naked in at least one scene.
Yeah, we
so
saw a lot too much of his body.
Like Tommy
Yes.
Wiseau, matter of fact.
Wow.
Yes.
It's
Tommy was so
Much so.
naked in the room.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Shirtless
shit.
at least. He's got like one of those like weird six packs. It's just
it's like
I
not
don't know how to
symmetrical.
describe it other than weird, but it's just
Well, it's like a fit
That's-
guy got his skin taken off and then another person's skin put on the fit guy. That's what Tommy Wiseau's like. But no,
I'm
you see his
so
full
curious.
buttocks, dude. You see his ass. Yeah.
Oh man,
You see
I'm
some
tempted.
scrote?
Oh yeah, you see some scrote in Double Down for sure. If you're
Yeah,
looking
we
for
saw, we
scrote.
definitely saw man. Yeah, a man gooch.
gotta have that dingle
Enough
dangle
about-
clause in
enough-
your contract.
Yeah, exactly. So is this? Hold on. Did we just crack the code? Are all these weird movies just dudes that really want to be naked and like need an excuse to get naked on camera and make other people?
Well, no
see
one
them
would
naked?
film them naked, so they had to
So they
create this.
yeah.
I had to,
You know,
create this vessel, this
production.
artistic vessel. Yeah,
I had to write a whole script, get all these laptops that don't work, had to get a satellite
Yeah.
dish that doesn't work just
Yeah.
so
Two
he
of
can
them,
shoot
two of
this
them.
one scene. Two of them, right.
Two
I forgot he had two.
dishes on the back of his car.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Double
No,
down.
there's
Everybody
vanity
check it out.
projects, and then there's whatever this is.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need people to see my dappled buttocks.
My dabbled buddy.
Oh,
Exactly.
Lord. Yeah, no more
Right.
breening it. We're not breening it. Okay,
Okay,
we're done with that.
we're done. We're out of the Breen section.
We're
Wipe
out of
the
the breen. The breenverse. The breeniverse.
So I'm just because of the background, and I saw the last movie I went and saw. It came up. I got to see a clip of the new He-Man movie coming out.
Oh, the Masters of the Yoon.
Yeah, the Masters of the Yoon, and
Of-
I'm
oh,
very.
oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm
That's very
testing
dirty
out.
when
I'm
you
seeing
call
what
it
I
that,
have
yeah.
here. Do I have options?
It's making it
Rob's
dynamic,
in the corner.
you know?
I like
Put
that.
Rob in the corner.
Why am I in the
Oh,
hot
damn,
seat, bro?
balls. We're excluding Rob.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh
It's
my
a little more
God.
even
Oh,
that way.
Here.
oh, that's
This is
awesome.
us with He-Man. We're at Castle Grayskull.
There you go.
All right.
There we go.
I like
Sweet.
that. I could do that.
All right.
But you were saying you watched the trailer. What'd you think?
Yeah.
I have
Master-
very mixed feelings.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive it's going to be terrible,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm still going to see it anyway. I'm super
course.
intrigued.
Mhm.
They took it a really strange direction.
Okay.
But yeah.
I
we'll
have
see.
many thoughts. I mean, for people who don't know, I'm wearing a Motu shirt right now, but like
Oh,
I've
shit.
Okay,
been,
he's with it.
I was prepared, but I've been a He-Man fan since I was like very young, and I was born in like '86 when the
Okay.
property was already aging out, you know, or near the end of it. But I had two older brothers, so like they were 84 and 82. So by the time I came along, we already had like two Castle Grayskulls, two Snake Mountains, and plenty of everyone
Lucky.
else. But anyways, like I was the only one who like really glommed onto it, and I think it was the cartoons, because I like the TV raised me as a young child, and something
yeah.
about like Skeletor and that huge royal boob, yeah, like, kind of thing.
Fuck you, He-Man.
It's
Fuck
iconic,
you.
right?
Yeah.
God damn it! But anyways, yeah, Evelyn. But to your point, the new. Like, I've gone back and forth with the movie because it's like, it's been in development hell for over a decade. And when I found out they were going to
didn't know that.
Earth, I was like, again? Have you learned nothing from 87? But
Yeah.
it makes sense if you're going for kind of like a Star Wars, keep them away from Vader till they're adults kind of storyline. And probably from a production standpoint, they have to save money on all the special effects. So film it in like a familiar environment that would be more cost efficient. But once I saw the trailer, I was actually cautiously optimistic. I was like, okay, if I'm not having huge expectations, like, come on, just give me like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Like, that's it.
Right.
Like, that's
right.
all I
Well, that
want.
was a
Like,
good. That's kind of high expectations. You know.
Yeah.
that's kind of high. Well, maybe the second one or so. Like,
There we go.
look,
Now we're- yeah.
take it
That's
down a little
more-
bit.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, it's like some people are like, it's going to be as big as Barbie, and I don't know about that. But like,
Oh,
no, exactly. It's just like, it ain't that deep. But
Yeah, what's
And-
going to be the hidden message of misogyny? Like, you know, taking
in
over the
today's
world?
gonna
story,
be
we had a
no-
lot of
it- you know.
scantily clad women. You might have feelings about them, but don't act on them without consent. But
Right.
but
Yeah,
anyway,
right. That's about it.
sorry, Kim, I totally like steamrolled over you. But what were you thinking? You got mixed feelings about it.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
man, yeah, total mixed feelings about it. It's funny that they compared it to the Barbie movie because of how, like, yeah, he's flashing between working a desk job and being He-Man, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
really?
the dose of reality with this fantasy IP, I guess.
Yeah, they've got this thing where, like,
So
he
he's like
was
a double
separated.
life shit.
Yeah, he was separated from Grayskull and, like, that whole universe, and he's, like, living in the real world, and
Instantly
at some
my
point...
excitement.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Although,
exactly how I felt.
I will say it's not like the thing where he's like, he doesn't know anything about it. He has like, he's like, I know I'm from somewhere else. He pretty much thinks he's an alien and people think he's
Okay,
nuts.
so this is a
So,
all
but
right,
like,
all right.
frankly, I hate those like, what do you mean? I don't believe you from my past, or like, or having amnesia, or like narrative amnesia, I guess you could say. But so hopefully, like the Earth stuff doesn't take up more than like half an hour, and then the rest of it's on Eternia, and then it's all fantasy and lasers and animal themed
hell
vehicles.
yeah, dude.
Yes.
I had 2 issues with this, or actually 3, because first of all, every
only
like
2?
cartoon
You guys are
movie
brutal.
interpretation,
Why is everyone a critic
live
these days?
action, they always do that. They're like, what if this, fantasy cartoon collided with the real world? What would they act like in our world? I don't give a fuck. Okay, second thing, Skeletor's very important to the franchise. They have Jared fucking Leto as Skeletor.
Oh,
Third
I didn't
thing-
even see that. I
Yes,
didn't even
bro.
catch that. Oh,
And then
my God.
The third thing is they made a pronoun joke in the trailer, and I'm like, all right, well, shit, man, I don't know if this is gonna be good. Which, I mean, it's funny because it's He-Man, I guess, but I mean,
And like his
I
name
get-
is
I get it,
pronouns.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
a pronoun. Okay, so
He-
in that
you know.
instance, it's the only excusable instance.
Yeah, because they have like his name Eric or whatever, or Adam or whatever his name is, and then it says he, him underneath, and it's like, oh,
So-
that's funny because he's He-Man. Anyway.
Now- You guys know about Jared Leto and his method acting
Yeah.
stories,
Mhm.
right? You've heard stories?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
and for
haven't.
people who don't know, this was like during Suicide Squad for the Joker, and he would send like a dead rat to one of his to his co-stars. He sent used condoms to one, and I think there was even a part where he had like a slaughtered pig just delivered to Viola Davis, like just slammed onto her table, and then they pieced out. She's like. And then, like, I'm like, I know you're all stud, but it's just like, I'm kind of like, Robert Pattinson said it best when it comes to like method acting. And he's like, people only do this when they're playing assholes. Like, there's no, no like philanthropist like we were talking about before. It's just like, oh, here, let me just shower you with gifts and gold and a like vacation retreat. No, it's like, let me cover you in piss and blood and other unidentified liquids. No, it's awful.
So fucked up, dude.
That's wow.
Well,
No, I didn't hear about any of that.
continuing that, have you heard the Morbius story?
Oh yes. Oh my god.
So-
like,
What did he
Yeah.
do?
It-
I didn't
Oh
hear
my
about this.
God.
But
So Jared Leto is on Morbius. He's playing Morbius.
It's
Well,
Morbin time, of course.
It's
yeah.
Morbin time, you know.
I
It's
totally
like-
forgot he was Morbius. Oh my God.
Well, everybody did. I mean, yeah.
No, dude,
Jesus.
no one did. What are you talking about?
Nobody
Yeah.
gave a
well, the
fuck
movie
about
was
that movie.
forgettable,
Pop
but
culture.
still.
Not a single person cared about that movie like a week after it.
But everyone
dropped.
knows it's Morbin time, dude. I don't have it in. Wait, do I have it? In
I think
Morbin
terminally
time
online people
sounded?
know about that.
Do I have it? It's Morbin time on here. I got this.
All right, good enough.
That's all you get. The story goes is that Morbius, Dr. Morbius, is a disabled person who can't walk, right? And then when he becomes the vampire or whatever, he gets abilities. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know the backstory, anything. But Jared Leto is a method actor, Kevin. So imagine that you are on set. You are a production assistant, okay? And Jared Leto has to go to the bathroom, and he refuses to use his legs, and he's using those crutches because he can't use his legs as Morbius, and he's method. And so the whole directing, everyone, apparently, it all shuts down. And it takes him like 45 minutes to get to the bathroom and back. Okay? Everything shuts down. Massive amounts of money. Everyone's just like waiting and like holding their balls.
Of dollars.
Finally, they're like, they crack the code and they're like, wheelchair. And he allows them to use a wheelchair, and that's how they get through. But he wouldn't walk. It didn't matter.
I have so many questions. So first of all, I saw Morbius, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Wow, dude. Amazing.
Hold on.
Oh, I thought you were going to do wow.
I can also do that.
Wow.
And I can also do this.
Bessie, is that you?
Yeah. No, that's also very, that one, absolutely.
You get the wow, the laugh, and the shame bell all at the same time. All right, hold on. I can also do this one too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, no. You get the wall.
I get the wall. Well, in my defense, it was on the plane. So
okay,
that's the only acceptable. Like that.
Yeah.
The only time you watch something terrible like that.
Right.
For free, no money was spent, but still,
right.
I was hoping I would fall asleep during it.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that he was like handicapped until you just reminded me. I had tried so hard to block that out of my mind that I did that to myself even. But with method, like what? I don't understand. If you're not filming, why keep continuing to keep up the charade? Like who really benefits from that? Because he was still a terrible movie.
Right. Mm-hmm. And he was not good in it and nobody liked it. I don't understand.
It's like, why did you go the extra mile? Like you couldn't have gotten that script and been like, all right, this is going to be a blockbuster hit. Like we're going to get Golden Globes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're rolling out every award possible for this. Like you had to have known this wasn't going to get any love. You had no business making a Spider-Man. Why are they making all these Spider-Man villain movies in the first goddamn place? I want to know. Oh, I think they're doing a Sinister Six or whatever the fuck.
I mean, Sony, they had the film rights, and this was their, after they made the agreement to bring Spidey into the MCU, this was how they retained them, was by doing this stupid Spidey multiverse without Spidey in it. I was like, it doesn't, and it's, I wouldn't mind if they actually made these villainous characters, right? Like, but no, they're turning them into anti-heroes or straight up heroes.
Right.
Like,
right.
And like that works for Venom because that's what happened to his character. But like all these other ones are just shoehorning in there without the most appealing part of them, which is Spidey.
Which is Spider-Man. Yeah.
Right.
I think as far as like this whole, what's it called? The acting.
The method acting, yeah.
The method acting. These people just forgot you can just act. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
It's like, I think it's if you like fell into a lake or something, you don't have to go fall in a lake. You can just remember what it's like to be wet and, and
like
inside out,
actors,
not outside
right?
in.
Yeah, it's just bad acting. It's like, dude, it's not going to help you if you can't act. Like
there was even a movie that it was like Ben Kingsley and let's see, Douglas or Doug. Dang it, was it Douglas Hoffman? Like Captain Hook and all that stuff.
Are you talking?
What's that?
Nice. Okay.
Sorry. Anytime anyone stutters, I got it for myself because I stutter.
Are you talking?
Yes.
He's perfecting the soundboard, dude.
I'm trying to get it in there. Small
Take two. But yeah, it was like, Douglas Hoffman and Ben Kingsley were working together, and he was playing.
Oh, Dustin Hoffman, right?
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah. Okay. Let me try that.
I was
Take
like,
5.
Who's Douglas?
Dustin Hoffman and Ben Kingsley. But anyway, they were in a movie together, and Dustin was playing someone who had been unhoused, and so he actually spent time out on the street and got like pneumonia and shit. And then Ben Kingsley was just like, "Oh, that sounds so difficult. Have you tried acting?"
Well, I think there's value in like researching your role, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
like going to spend time with houseless people or living on the street for a period of time to know what it's like or something. But you really you don't even have to do that. Like you can just hear people talk about what it's like to be homeless, and you see homeless people all the time. Like I
But
don't
then
know.
I haven't
You can
made
imagine
my cast members and crew suffer. That's an important part of the process.
that is an important part.
This is
to
that's
be
the Jared
sadistic.
Leto 101 right
Maybe
there.
they're just fueled by that Schadenfreude. They're just like sucking it up like the witch sister.
Yeah, you might, they might just be
misery.
crazy asshole narcissists. Pretentious.
Wasn't
asshole.
Heath Ledger? Oh wait, what were you gonna say, Colin?
Well, I was going to say I think Leto needs to be the center of attention, and then so this stuff falls into that.
Well, and
go ahead
it's
about
just
Heath
like
Ledger.
back to him being Skeletor. He's completely unrecognizable,
Well, okay,
and that's
well,
probably
that's what-
intentional. Like,
And that was what I was going to ask. I was like, what is he going to go Thank you for bringing it back. What is he going to go method for Skeletor? Was going to be like I was going to full circle it.
peel
What
off
is it?
his
What is his
face.
method?
What's his
Fucking,
method? Yeah.
Yeah, just like scalping himself. Like what is he going to do?
Running around in that outfit and just being like, "Hi, He-Man." I'm just calling
Fuck
everybody
you,
a
He-Man.
royal bobe.
If he
Just
puts on
speaking
the
in that way.
voice, bro, it'll all be worth it, man.
Indeed.
It'll
He
He's
has
kind
to
of
put
going
on the
for more of
voice.
like the Frank Langella, like, this shall be
Oh,
our
God.
final battle, and a little bit more dark and
totally.
scary. But
In the movie?
kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah, in the movie, or
In the mo-
it's
yeah.
like heavily modified. I had actually heard that like someone like Sacha Baron Cohen was in the running. I was like, yes, fuck yes.
That would be
Dope.
amazing.
That
Dude,
would've been
right?
dope,
I mean,
dude.
he's got the comedy chops. He's got like he could. I feel like he could go either way with it.
He can do
And
anything,
he's
man.
been
He
in
could
plenty
do
of black
comedy, he could do
comedies, but
serious. Yeah, I agree.
To answer your question, though, Kevin, Heath Ledger did go method as fuck. And I think that's like partly why he like died or whatever.
Well,
Because that's what I was gonna
that's part of
say.
the theory. That's part of the theory.
That's the theory.
is-
Yeah.
That's the theory. So it's like, wait, how far along was the movie when Heath Ledger died?
I think it
Probably
was pretty
post
far.
production,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, he shot everything. I don't think that they had to like.
That's what I thought.
Like rewrite any of the story and
Mhm.
use the footage that he had. I'm pretty sure that they had it all.
See, that's so. I need to do some. I'm glad we had this conversation and you enlightened me on Jared Leto's method acting because it's like those two Jokers are two vastly different Jokers.
See, I never even saw the Suicide Squad because of Jared Leto as the Joker. I was like, I
well,
don't even
and
think I
most of
wanna
his
do
scenes were cut. Like
Yeah.
Some diehard Snyder fans were like, Snyder cut justifies it. It's a great movie. Like, if his original vision was honored, but
Was
it
it like 5
it
hours?
reminds me a lot of like Ace Ventura, kind of like, he's even got this scene of like, who's this big hunka?
Oh my
it's just
God, don't
it's
remind
like, it
me.
sounds like Jim Carrey in the 90s. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
I
man.
sadly did watch the Suicide Squad, and it was really bad, bro.
Yeah, I
It's-
saw.
it's- Like the first half, the first 20 minutes is just exposition. And
Yeah,
and I'll never
yeah.
forget, like, Rick Flag is just like, this character's katana wouldn't want to get killed by her sword. It devours the souls of her victims. As they're flying in a fucking helicopter towards the mission, has nothing to do with anything. But it's
Amazing writing, dude.
I totally
Amazing.
forgot. But my favorite part of Suicide Squad, and the only thing I really remember, is there's like a witch in there that's like the main villain, right?
Oh,
Enchantress,
yeah.
Mm.
She Enchantress, yeah. She does this move, this dance move. That shit lives rent free in my mind. Like, I'm glad it came up in
Yeah.
this conversation because, yeah, I gotta look that up again. I haven't
I
seen
forgot
that in
about
years.
that.
Make a gift.
Oh,
of
that's
that,
why.
dude.
Oh my God, she's up there wiggling that
Like
shit, bro. That
serpentine.
shit is
Reminds me of
so
those like little
fucking funny.
like those little noisemaker toys that had kind of little like, the sliding thing in them. It's like that's
Yeah.
the Blake.
Dude, yeah. I remember those. Those
But
were
we were
hot.
talking
It was
about
a quick second.
method acting.
I want the-
It's just far too often. It's usually like white guys at the peak of their career, like who are trying to. Like we were saying before, there's like a public perception to it. There's a prestige to the levels that were the sort of the self-sacrifice that
Oh,
were
sure,
willing
yeah,
to
yeah.
go for these roles. I mean, people like Daniel Day-Lewis kind of made this famous / infamous, right? And then someone like Shia LaBeouf tries to do it. It's like, oh, my soldier character doesn't bathe, so I'm not going to bathe for a month. And then just like, no, why would you put everyone through that? And your skin must feel awful. It's just like,
Yeah.
like acting is hard enough. Why would you make it so miserable for everyone else on that set?
Mm-hmm.
Sean, let me ask
Absolutely.
you a question, man.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you do to get into character? Do you have any routine or like what do you do
I
to
got a
prepare?
follow-up question for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a lot of different things. Sometimes they'll give you like a voice reference or something they're asking for. For example, I saw a casting for a cartoon that they wanted kind of like a John Mulaney kind of sound.
Oh
I was
sure.
like,
Well,
and-
you fucking nailed that. I
and
bet.
I was like, yeah, my voice is pretty close, right? I didn't.
Yeah.
And then I just had to kind of speak into the corners of my mouth, and like, that's the problem with this job, Miles. You can't save everybody. But so it's there, and so sometimes they'll give you a reference, or sometimes you'll look at it and you'll just have an idea, right? So it's a lot of different things. It's like a big part of it's just like text analysis, right? Like, who am I talking to? Like, what's my backstory? What
am
the
I trying to
moment
get out
leading
of
up to-
this person I'm talking to or whatever? Like that. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like what's my objective? Like,
Yeah.
what's our conflict? And do they have something that I want, or am I trying to persuade them to do something? Like, so like I'll either do like I'll just review the script and see if I can answer those questions myself. Again, if I can think of a similar voice or a similar character that I feel is appropriate, I might adapt that. And then I think about archetypes a lot. Like you might have.
okay.
Again, like what kind of, like I tend to play a lot of comedic side characters. So like, where does that fall? Right. Again, they can be kind of the zany John Mulaney types, or they might be a more chaotic Joker type or something like that. Or like if I'm playing someone who's really vain and full of themselves, that might have a sound, I really like
Yeah.
the sound of my own voice. So I'll really lean into those, and get a little vocal fry going, yeah. kind of like George Takei.
Almost a little
Hello.
Goldblum.
Yeah. Oh sure. Yeah. Like a Zap
but
Brannigan type situation.
Yeah. Kiff, raise him to about nipple high. But
I love the way he like draws out every
Yes.
fucking syllable, dude. It's like,
come on, teenagers all smoking. They seem pretty on the ball.
on the ball. I love it.
Billy West talked about that. He kind of based him off of the radio announcers of the day that he was growing up. Because like early on, you'd have like big booming voiced announcers, and he was like he equated them to like Tyrannosaurus Rexes and stuff like that. He's like, but then there was a whole new generation of announcers. They were younger, faster, more full of themselves. Little announcers. And that's
See,
pretty
now
much
you
where
get the
Zapp Brannigan came
disaffected
from.
Gen Z announcer voice. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Where it's
yeah.
like nothing
No,
matters
like-
and I don't give a fucking shit about what I'm talking about.
Dude, I really struggled with that because when I was coming into like again, 80s kid, like parents grew up in like the 60s and 70s. We had a lot of like old media in our house. And so I was definitely influenced by some of that older stuff. And then like when I started doing like commercial coaching and stuff like that, I had this great coach. He was just like, that would have been great if you were in like the 80s. I was like, damn, it's wrong generation. But to your point, so much of it is conversational,
Right.
unaffected, minimalistic, right? And trying to figure out what that is. And like, it's even more difficult. You guys probably know it. We all have studio setups, but there's something about that psychology of the space. Like I got my headphones on,
Sure,
I'm
right.
talking into a mic. We all do it, right? It's just like, it almost makes it feel like we have to sound better and cooler than we really
Right.
are. Because I'm talking into a mic. That's a big investment. That's an important tool. Yeah.
This is being recorded for posterity.
Exactly, for posterity.
Posterity.
Is everyone having a posteritas day? Check your posterity. I just turned 40. I got to check my posterity regularly now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so-
I can't wait to get fingered.
I like
coming
your
up, baby.
yeah. Yep.
But
Right
Colin,
behind
you had a
too.
follow-up. You said we were talking about like getting into character and warming
Not
up and stuff.
that I'm gonna do the fingering.
Yeah, fingering's
Thank
part of the warm-up too. You gotta-
Fingering was the follow-up. Yeah. Thanks for, what a transition.
Wow.
Wow.
Funny note,
That's
though, I
awesome.
do often
Wow.
equate wow, but like because people ask about doing voices, modifying your voice, and all that all the time,
Mhm.
and I actually equate it to a musical instrument, right?
Sure, yeah.
So, like a good one is like a trombone, like because most people read like, oh, when it lengthens, it goes down. When it shortens, the pitch goes up, right? So, like that's a very uh, or a very simplified explanation of what we do. But I actually kind of equate our vocal tract more to like a bagpipe, right? Because you have this, if you don't know how a bagpipe works, you fill this sort of this bladder with air and you compress it with your elbow. A lot of people don't realize that the bag already has air in it. You're not actively blowing it in aside from refilling it, right? And so, again, you fill this bladder with air, much like your diaphragm, and then you compress that, and then you kind of change the fingerings, right? Like you change the distance and you cause it to the resonance to come in different places. Like I was doing Skeletor earlier, and that's very much a nasal kind of in my sinuses kind of sound. But if you want something a little bit more recent, you have Serpentius from Hasbin Hotel, which in that similar area, but it's very like it's more in the front of the face because it's very hissy,
more
'cause it's a
breathy.
serpent,
Yeah.
you know. And then if you have someone like Sean Connery, it's just a little bit lower. It's in the back of the throat. I thought you would want to hear that, Colin. I know you're a fan back in Bellingham. Yes.
No.
And Sean's weird because I always have to look like I'm stroking out a little bit to do it. But I assure you, it's just for comedy. But again, it's all placement, you know. So like if I say do something nasal, you might have something like this, and then if I make him a little bit younger, and all of a sudden it's Philip J. Fry. Oh man, all this radiation's making me thirsty.
That's awesome.
And then
shit.
That's
similar
great.
voice because it's Billy West, but if you just slow it down, make him sound a little more dumb and innocent. Will you button me, Ren? You know, it's happy, joy.
I was like, that sounds so familiar. What is
Right,
that?
right.
That's awesome, dude.
And
that
then,
was dope.
like, if you give him
That's
like a bit of a
amazing.
Brooklyn accent, he's the Red M&M, right? He
Oh,
does
yeah.
exist, you know? And it's kind of John Mulaney again. But the thing is, it's like as a young kid, I would watch cartoons, I would watch stand-up comedy and SNL, like on repeat, and I would just mirror what I heard, right? Like almost like reactively. And it would annoy the crap out of people, but like, and but you just watch it by yourself. But it was very lonely. But
Also know that one.
but yeah, and again, usually you have a sense of where your voice falls, and some voices require a little bit more effort. Like I didn't do Skeletor growing up until like I didn't try him until my 20s, and then I was like, all right, it just seems like it's in the mask. I think I can do that, and now I can do it at the drop of a hat, right? You just have to kind of figure out where it fits, right? I'm trying to think of one that I had to work a little bit more for.
Well, that
I
was
mean,
going to
maybe-
be so.
Yeah.
that was going to be my or a couple of my part of my follow up question was the hardest role that you've had to go out for. Like, what was the most difficult voice that you've had to work towards?
Ooh,
And I guess so.
okay.
You could change it into like what was the most difficult person to mimic. You know,
Interesting.
would be
Well,
something
actually, one of
similar.
my first cartoons I got to do was a character called the Pack Rat, and he was like kind of Skeletor-esque. I loved him. He was like he was a collector, and he had a little bit of a British thing going, and he had a fake mustache that was constantly falling off. So he had this one line where I mean, this was actually my first sort of what we call an ADR session as well, where the animation was already made, and I had to dub on top of it. Right. So, I mean, it's how we localize things into English, for one thing. And for people who don't know, Western animation tends to be sound recorded first, then picture is drawn. Right. And then the artists get to benefit from the performances and stuff like that. But a lot of what, like, I mean, obviously, when you're adapting from another language or if you're working with an international studio, very often you have what's called prelay animation. It's already made. Right. So we're kind of just trying to match the lip flaps and then usually just trying to get something to time, right?
Yeah.
So all that is to say, it was one of the most technical things I'd ever done. And the voice itself, was like I said, it was a very stretching and all these things. It's like I swear my jaw like popped at one point. I was like, But anyways, he had this line where I'll try and frame the shot for a second. But anyway, he had this line where it's like, with the golden console, I'll have everything I need to throw my own party. Yeah. And then he laughs, and then his mustache falls off. And then the whole thing was supposed to take place over like 16 to 20 seconds. So I was like, with the golden console, I'll have everything I need to throw my own party. So it's like you had to, like the first time I did it, it was like 12 seconds. They're like, sorry, like 4 seconds off. And so then I just kept adding sounds and did like, until it finally fit. So I'll have to like, I have a video of it somewhere where it's like literally just me trying this again and again and again. And then sometimes
So
too.
some prompts are very specific.
Yes, exactly. Because honestly, if people had an idea of how some of these things are made, it would blow your mind. Because it's like, some people assume it's just like kind of like an audio play. You know, everyone's in their little spot in the studio, and when it's their time to go, they go. Like what you might do with The Simpsons or how it used to be done in the 80s and 90s. But we're all just calling from our home studios, much like a Zoom call or a conference call like this. And everyone's recorded at different times. Sometimes we have a reference that we can play off of in our headphones, or maybe the director will give us ideas and suggestions. But it's nuts that all of these puzzle pieces made at different times come together into a cohesive story.
Right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
It is. It's. I'm very grateful that I get to do this. It's been a long time coming, and it's still a lot of work to get to where I want to go. But I'm very grateful I get to do it at all.
Hell yeah, man.
With that, so how long have you been doing voice acting, voiceover?
So I started in 2013, which was I actually had just moved to Japan at the time. I had finished grad school. I'd gotten my teaching degree. I was doing what's called the JET program, or Japan Exchange Teaching, and I was working in Nagasaki, Japan. Beautiful city.
That's awesome.
In the south of Japan.
So
Yep, that Nagasaki. But anyways, like it's still a beautiful place. And their whole Peace Memorial Park, I've been to both Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Oh, damn.
Let me put it this way. Nagasaki has a peace memorial, and then Hiroshima has a war museum.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it's kind of, it reflects the sobriety versus the optimism that those two cities felt, right? And understandably so. It was a terrible event, but still, it's just interesting how they handled it. But anyway, so I was over there. I was teaching about halfway, or actually no, my first year. I just read everything I could about voice acting. I read blogs, books. There was a wonderful online magazine called VoiceOver Extra. Unfortunately, their owner is retiring, so I don't know how much longer it's going to be on. So if you hear this broadcast, go to voiceoverextra.com while it's still available. Anyway, so I would follow that. I would listen to Rob Paulson's Talkin' Tunes podcast, VO Buzz Weekly, Crispin Freeman's Voice Acting Mastery. All of these things I could, because you're on buses a lot in Japan, or trains, so you have a lot of time to listen to stuff. But anyways, so I did that for like the first year, and then I started working with my first coach. We worked together like once a week for about 8 months. I went back to the States for Christmas, and then I went to a local studio in Bellingham and had what are called my demos made. So what for people who don't know, a demo is just a short, think of it like an audio resume, right? And it can be a little bit different depending on what genre you're using it for. So, for example, a character demo or like animation or a video game demo would have a variety of voices, a variety of characters that I feel like I can strongly do, right? So, and I would start like, all right, I'm going to play your young, hopeful, or reluctant protagonist. Like, my parents are dead. I'm going to fight the Empire. Yay. Whatever. And then I'll do a villainous character because I love those Skeletor types, you know. And then I tend to play some dumb ones as well, so they're fun too. But so you'd mix it up. Usually like 5 to 10 voices over about a minute and a half at most. But
Okay.
if I'm doing something like commercial, I'm just most of them are not going to be very big deviations of my natural sound because that's what they want. They want you to sound like yourself. But that being said, like maybe I have something like, hey, let me tell you about NerdWallet, and then maybe some kind of like Washington dairy farmers or something like that. If I wanted something a little bit more folksy, and then maybe a car spot and a bank spot, just all of the kind of the main major industries that might take advantage of that, like automotive, financial, health, tech, things like that, right? So anyway, I had all those demos made, and then I had a website, and then social media pages made, and then I was just off to the races. Like I signed up for a few online casting memberships. I reached out to potential agencies. I got work where I could. And I was actually really, really lucky because my first year in Japan, I was at a social event and there was another former ALT or assistant language teacher named Drew, and he had his own English language business. And he wanted to delegate the audio responsibilities away from himself. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And so I learned about audio recording that way. I cast people for it, both in Japan and when I moved back. We worked together for 7 years until his business pivoted and he didn't need like VO stuff anymore. So that was a huge thing. And so I try to tell people, yes, you want to prepare for for your goals, what your professional goals are, but always be open to opportunities and be confident enough about your dream that you tell people about it, right? Like I was just like, I was training, I was knowledgeable. I didn't have a lot of practical experience, but I'm like, this is what I want to do. And you'd be surprised. People will either help you or they might know someone or they might know someone who could be a valuable connection for you further down the line.
Can't do it alone.
Mhm.
Can't do it alone. You know what else we can't do? We can't get paid alone. So that's why we got to go to a sponsor. That was
Nice segue.
a beautiful bit of advice for anyone who's trying to get into voice acting, Sean. But another bit of advice is make that money, and so that's why we're here.
That's right. You can't all do it for dreams and exposure bucks, but
Nope. What?
Now on Star Mart Streaming, Propaganda.radio. There's a lot of Americans out there, like me, who don't have personalities. We've lived in relative comfort. We've never had to build character. So we don't have personalities, but what we do have is a group identity based on immutable characteristics that we share. And that group identity ostensibly should, or at least used to at one point, grant us a higher placement in the social order. And when people who don't share our immutable characteristics, such as, for example, skin color, start demanding to be treated equally, I take that as an existential threat. And I think you should too, and I don't think that's crazy to say. Propaganda.radio. Because why even bother pretending?
All I can say is that all of our sponsors, there is no ethical consumption in capitalism.
Nah, we don't give a
Come
fuck.
on.
Hey, you pay
are
us.
gonna get mad at us
man.
for taking their money? Do you know how much money they paid us? Come on.
Embarrassingly. A
A lot of money, man.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a new boat, speaking of, because of that commercial.
well, how else were they going to get it to you?
Exactly.
Right.
How else am I going to get a new yacht? Come on. I need another
Also,
one.
I love that guy sounds awfully like there's a fish in the percolator.
Oh, no, not my man Pete. Oh, no.
That sounded a
Don't
lot
drink
like
that
Pete.
coffee. You'd never guess. There was a fish in the percolator.
Sorry.
Oh my God, yes. So how realistic, another question. Let's say I was breaking into voice acting today. How realistically soon would I be able to quit my job?
Ooh, good question.
I like it.
I think the shortest I've ever seen it happen was 2 years.
Oh goddamn.
And like a lot of people come, they want to know because it seems like an easy way to make a quick buck. Yeah. But it's like, and I used to think like, oh man, like it's got to be the easier acting path. No, they're all fucking hard.
Yeah, they are.
Consistency is the hardest part, though, right? It's about quitting your job implies that you have a regular income, or at least enough to make it so that the gap isn't too big to where you lose your shit.
And this is definitely a case of do as I say, not as I did, because I mean, luckily, when I left Japan, I was working with Drew still. I had a few other clients, and I was prepared to be a voice talent. Right. And so I didn't have a survival job for a while. And then I don't recommend that at all because part of me was like, I had a pride thing, too. I was like, no, this is what I want to do. This is all I want to do. Why would I want to have the 9 to 5 on top of it? I was like, well, because you like rent and food, having a roof over your head. But anyways, so and there were times where I was like, I wasn't booking, and so I did have to take a survival job. I worked as a lifeguard and taught water aerobics to horny old ladies for a while. Like, it was, so
there are worse gigs, I guess.
I guess,
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
That's awesome.
Sweet old ladies.
Old ladies out here looking for some, you know what I mean?
He's so friendly and approachable. But anyways, so but yeah, and it was good cardio. Like I felt like I was properly warmed up by the time I was done with my shift to just do those auditions and projects. But anyways, it's really hard to say. Like I often tell people like, hey, you can do everything right. Like you can train consistently. You can have like competitive gear. You can have a great like routine and auditioning ratio and all that stuff. But you might not have a sound that people are looking for, or it might be difficult to place you, or they might already have your voice type on a roster or in a project or something like that. So, I mean, it's such a subjective industry that it's really hard to like. You can't make guarantees. And, but anyways, so, like I said, the shortest I've seen it, people going from like 0 to working talent was probably 2 years, but they probably also had some like performance training before that. And again, there's all these invisible variables that might be a part of it. Some people are just stupid talented and have a desirable sound, and some people get hired because they're an influencer rather than an actor. Like all of the things that you hear about like media, like nepotism or connections are true to an extent. Or
but that's not fair though. So
no, it's not a fair industry. That's the problem with subjectivity.
What the fuck?
I wish it was an equal playing field. Absolutely. And interestingly enough, like we have tried to make it like more equitable for people. Like so like there was a whole like controversy within the voice acting industry, like when like the documentary The Problem with Apu came out because like people were tired of white people representing non-white characters in media. And this is no shade against what was that?
BoJack Horseman was another one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Around the same time that article came out.
Yeah, Allison.
Yeah, I think they changed the character that Jenny
Is that
Slate
who
was
it is?
doing on Big Mouth as well. Like because she was portraying like like a mixed race child, and people wanted it to be more representative. And
Rick and Morty had an episode where some famous actress played a Chinese lady. Can't remember who.
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
Oh, I think
wow.
was that Susan Sarandon as like the therapist.
Yeah, Susan Sarandon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin,
but
to answer your question real quick, Kevin, Allison Brie played Diane Nguyen.
Yeah, Allison.
On that show.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she's playing Evelyn full circle. But
Oh,
in the new
nice.
Motu
Oh,
movie.
shit. Wow, full circle. That's awesome. I love that.
But yeah, like I mean, when I got into voice acting, a lot of and kind of the appeal to the public is like, oh wow, it doesn't matter your age or your gender or your skin color, you can play all sorts of characters. And apparently, it matters a little for public perception's sake, but not a good look if you're doing like black voice. Or a black scent is what we called it.
A black scent. Okay.
Yeah, a black scent. There were
I've
actually
heard
like
that. I haven't heard
I
that.
knew people
I love a portmanteau. I'm sorry, even if it's racist.
You and me both, man.
that made
Word
me
nerds
excited.
unite. But
I'm sorry.
But I knew a lot of talent who either through their own marketing savvy or because like an agent or someone encouraged them to do it. They're like, hey, like we occasionally get these roles. Could you have like an AA character, you know? And like they weren't trying to be offensive, but the thing is, it's just like you're stealing someone else's chance at the bat.
Yeah, be
right?
more equitable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
And
but
so-
what do you do as the voice actor in that situation? Do you say like, I'm not going to do that? Or do you say like, I think you ought to like hire someone who is African American
Usually both.
instead
like,
of
I've
me?
had to do like even for like indie projects, I've tried to encourage creators to do that. And I was just like,
That's what's up. That's good.
Indie makes sense because I feel like they might have not thought about that kind of thing.
oh
because,
yeah, and
like,
they don't.
people
And it
are doing
again,
so
it's
many
not
roles, you know.
it's nothing malicious. Usually, it's just ignorance. But again, it's like I remember speaking of Motu. So I do a like an indie audio drama thing called the Masters of the Mini Comics. So these figures came with these mini comics that kind of expanded the lore, and they actually brought that back for some of the modern toys. So I
That's
met
pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. And especially like when you can't afford to make a TV show, you can at least have like a 6-page booklet, right? But anyways, like I met my producer friend Rob in like a toy collecting community, and he
that's
was
Rob.
No, that's Throb. This is Throb.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
sorry.
He's talking
Different
about
Rob,
Rob.
not
Different.
Oh, right. Different.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he was doing this, and like we had an episode where it had like Clamp Champ and maybe I forget who it or no, it was a Prince character that wasn't on very often. He was just from the mini comics, and he was like, "Would you do this character?" I was like, no. But I know a lot of like African American talent who would love to, even if it's for free, just because they have a chance. Like Eternia has only got like 3 black guys tops. So it's just like
We need to whitewash the few roles that we have. In this
I
movie.
know.
Speaking of,
I know.
Did they make Men at Arms black?
They did,
Who's
but
playing
it's-
Men at Arms? Men
It's
at Arms.
Idris
Is it
Elba.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
dude,
it is.
that's
I was
what's
like,
up.
I remember seeing that. I was like, okay, I'm not mad
That's
at
a
that.
good casting
When I saw
choice, honestly.
Pacific Rim, I was like, "That's Man at Arms." You know, like what else do you need?
Even
Like,
back then, yeah, damn it.
How often does he play stoic but funny, like or kind of fatherly, badass mentor characters like this? Right? Like he was in the remake of the Suicide Squad is
Which was great. The James Gunn.
which was great. I
That
enjoyed
was
it.
fire.
What
Okay,
was it?
hold on. If I'm trying to find this one, aren't they called the same thing?
It's the Suicide Squad.
Then there you go. Because
Yeah.
there's
So-
Suicide
so-
Squad and there's the Suicide Squad.
so which one's good?
The good one is
can't
the
remember.
Suicide
Okay,
Squad.
there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Because
and then
that's the reason I haven't watched either of them, because I know one of them is absolute trash. And I refuse
see
to waste
who
my
it's
time.
if it's James Gunn, the
The
Suicide
James Gunn
Squad,
one is good.
Okay.
that is good
As long as
Yeah.
because
not
it's
Zack
essentially
Snyder.
Guardians with bad guys. But like
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, is
but-
it the one with Will Smith?
no, that's the bad one.
So
the
Idris
bad
Elba
one.
replaces Will Smith's character. So
Okay.
like he played an assassin
Okay.
named Deadshot. Will Smith
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
And then Idris Elba plays another assassin named Bloodsport, who can just kind of like summon like an arsenal of weapons from
I'm
like
a little
pocket
offended
dimension.
that wasn't Jean-Claude Van
sci-fi
Damme.
stuff,
I'm not
but-
gonna-
Oh yeah, not that one.
Bloodsport,
but
one
anyways-
of my favorite movies of all time. You kidding?
It's a good one.
You
It's a good
fucking
one.
kidding?
I have to revisit this because I don't even remember his.
It's
remember
so
too much.
bad. I love it,
He did a split against the trees for hours.
dude. If you want to see a man do the splits in a bunch of different areas, and then have a tournament where he fights a man with very large pecs,
That's JCVD.
I sent you that.
No, JCVD's not the man with very large pec.
No, he's not, but he's the guy who fights the guy.
He's the guy who fights the guy with very large pec.
I've shown you that video where I'll do splits on a tree. It's like the Dipset. It's like this guy rapping to the Dipset
Oh my
theme, and
God.
it's the Sean Claude shit. He's like doing splits everywhere.
You have
Oh
not
my
sent
God.
me
That's
that. and
incredible.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
said
send that
have
to you
not.
when here. I'm gonna work on that in the background. I don't like to be on my phone while we're podcasting, but I have to do it now so I remember. Oh my god,
Amazing.
Wow.
I do split. on the tree.
I'm excited for some Masters of the Universe for the new movie. I was looking through the characters, through all of the names of all the characters. I mean, obviously you have He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and stuff like that, but there's a bunch that I did not remember. Sir Laserlot.
Oh, what?
Sir
Laserlot.
That's
What?
oh man. I can't remember.
Such a
I think
dope name.
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember this fool
he
at
came
all,
actually.
bro.
So this is
Heroic Warriors section on the list of He-Man and Masters of the Universe characters.
man, that's crazy. So he was actually designed by comic writer Jeff Johns, and that was
Oh
it
no
was-
shit! What?
Yeah. And so he was kind of invented character in like the 2000 teens because so going through like Motu chronology a little bit. So you had the stuff in the 80s, right? Like 82 through 87. And then they tried to bring it back in the early 2000s with the 2000X cartoon or Mike Young Productions cartoon. It's very anime, like it's kind of like Dragon Ball He-Man, but it's one of my favorite iterations because it was a little bit more mature, actually had kind of an overarching narrative across episodes and really expanded the lore and was well voice acted. Had a lot of the people from like the Beast Wars Transformers era, all that stuff. And I like that Skeletor was actually a little bit more intimidating and a little bit darker in that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually coached with the voice actor Brian Dobson a few times, and he was great instructor. And it was cool to actually like read from those scripts because he still had them. But anyways, Laserlot. So after 2000X happened, about a decade later, you had a bunch of like very hungry Motu fans. They're like, we need Motu product. And so finally, Mattel created this collector line of action figures called Motu Classics, which was basically like, what if we took the big, like the feeling you had when you saw that big, bulky He-Man figure when you were 5 as an adult? And so they made them larger, they made them more detailed, and the actually, hold on a second.
You got
I love
one?
that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see, where's my camera? There we go.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like look at that
I've
detail,
seen
man.
those.
So yeah, he's
Yeah,
got he's
I
got
remember
fucking
those.
gold paint on his rivets, you know. So it's like really detailed. And
That's
then,
dope.
so like even comparing it a little bit more recent, which was kind of like their modern one. Like you can see, like the plastic quality is different. There's less paint. It's a lot more just molded plastic, right? So, but anyways, so like Motu Classics happened, and then near the tail end of the line, Jeff Johns was a collaborator, and they're like, make your own character. And so he made this dude named Laserlot, who's got like a laser mace and a laser sword, and just looks like a cool sci-fi knight.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta look this up too.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, he's a little plain, but he's cool.
Hey,
You know.
Now I love
like the laser
Cyclone, man.
sword.
He's one of my favorites, so I gotta.
Yeah. I was like, yo. Going just
Question.
the man.
Question for you guys. In 2007, the He-Man movie was in talks to be made and directed by one John Woo.
Oh shit! Wow.
Whoa.
How does that make you guys feel?
That would have been interesting. I don't know.
That feels
Fresh
like kind
off
of like
Face Off.
like the live action version of the 2000X show, because that had a lot of like like characters leaping and like just being suspended in the air with like dynamic acceleration lines for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then like
Interesting.
spinning and twirling their weapons. Like I can
Interesting.
see a Crouching Tiger kind of like He-Man movie be cool, but maybe
There would
a
have
little...
definitely been a shot where like a bunch of birds like take off on the battlefield, you know what I mean? Or maybe like where there's like they walk through a wall of fire, you know what I mean? That would have been in there.
It's like he would never actually show the transformation sequence. You would just like see the lightning come by in the distance, like through the forest, and then there'd be like a flock of birds flying over.
Yeah, that'd be kind of dope, actually.
Interesting. John Woo's last American film was 2003, so this would have extended his run of American films. He continued directing, but it was a bunch of foreign films. Maybe Redcliffe.
Oh shit, Sir Laserlot was one of the 3 black guys in the fucking He-Man universe. I didn't even realize.
Oh shit.
See, talking shit on the fucking 1 of 3, man. Fuck.
What are you
That's
talking
on. That's bad. That's my bad on on me.
No, I mean, he wears a mask most of the time, and you'd have to read like the, I think it was the DC Comics, like partnership that they were doing for that. But no, it's crazy.
That's so
Mochi-
funny. That's so funny.
Well, in 2009, there was because John Woo didn't do it. But in 2009, Sony Pictures took over the rights from Warner Brothers to produce the live action version of the He-Man movie.
That would have been terrible. And it would have also had Jared Leto in it.
Why is Jared Leto in this shit?
I don't know. Like someone, I was watching a YouTube reviewer about that, and he's like, he's just got such a stink on his reputation right now. Like, why? Like, I mean, he really hurt like the Tron Ares sales for that, and like, I don't know. From what I heard, it was a decent enough film, but it's just like I don't want to support that guy, and I feel really conflicted about supporting Miss Skeletor, and I wish that they could. Recast beforehand. I mean, again, it's completely CGI. Like, who would be the wiser?
Right. Like, it doesn't even show his fucking face.
That's another thing I noticed too. That, why did they make, no.
He's completely CGI?
From what I saw in the trailer, he was completely
if they
CGI.
make him do Keldor, like Skeletor's actual face, he does look a lot like Jared
Wait,
Leto.
that's what Skeletor fucking looks like?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I mean, if they do a scene with him like this, I mean, just paint him blue, and that's Jared Leto. But like, oh god,
bruh, I had no idea that's what Skeletor's face looked like.
Oh yeah.
That cartoon was actually pretty fire, and that's funny because like I grew up with later versions of He-Man, and I think it was that cartoon. That
this
you pulled
is from
that one
2000X. So like, and that's another thing. I was like, he's a dual wielder, so you know he's evil. But it's just,
that's hilarious.
But it was a highly impractical dual sword like that could clamp together and he could fight. I was like, it doesn't make sense to have like a dual bladed weapon, you know? It's
not
like
really
the Halo
at all,
phaser sword. But but anyways, but no, it was like it I liked it because like, I mean, everyone knows that the original series was like very low budget. It was one of the last American made animations of its time before everything was done overseas. But anyways, so there was a lot of like cycling animation. There wasn't much, like there was simple movement. People walk, they run, they tumble, things like that.
Like
but
that
the 2000X one
clip of Skeletor scampering away into the cave.
And totally. But the 2000X one was nice, original animation for the most part. They still reuse some shit too, but it's just part of animation.
Yeah.
But they moved like for a name like Masters of the Universe, like you're either really pretentious or you're really powerful. So like these people actually moved and leapt like 30 feet in the air and then swung these like giant cloudbuster weapons and cutting mountains in half. That's the shit I want to see. Right. Yeah. So I felt like they finally lived up to that. Granted, like I said at the beginning, they kind of overused that type of fighting style. They called it hyper anime because they were trying to compete with Dragon Ball Z, which was really popular at the time, right? It was like Toonami was just coming on to Cartoon Network. So, So yeah, we all remember like Steve Bloom's robot character, like, come on, guys, we're going to watch some cool ass anime cartoons. But anyways, so they were trying to compete with that. But again, overall, it worked out pretty well. And it kind of got interest back into the fandom and then led to classics. And then now, like, Mattel is like, it's a movie year, but goddamn, there's so much product. Like there's like 6 different action figure lines based on Origins, which is like the vintage toys. There's Masterverse, which is the collector line. Now it's Chronicles, which is a different scale because they want to compete with Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe.
Good God, man.
And then they have the minis and Legos and Mega Constructs and T-shirts and sleeping bags and like I've been collecting for almost a decade. I'm running out of room, and I'm just like, I literally just cherry pick these days, and I don't really like figures based off of cinema like live action stuff. Like, you know, I don't need like a Chris Evans figure or a Chris Pratt figure.
No. Yeah.
I want Chris Pratt. I want the figure of Chris Pratt
Fucking Chris Pratt
playing
dude,
Mario.
fucking Mario, dude.
Just in a
Hey,
Mario costume.
thanks for stepping on my joke, dude. Thank you so much, Colin. Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
That was awesome. That's good. Thank you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yo, so how do you deal with, or is that something that you still deal with, discouragement, or like, do you have a hard time landing roles in the stage of your career now?
Yes and no. It's just like a big part of it is like finding auditions and just like doing a lot of it. Like I feel like right now I have a couple of agents throughout the US, some on the East Coast, some in Texas. After I get some new demos made, I'm going to try to reach out to who we have in the Pacific Northwest and in LA as well. But overall, I'm happy with the amount of work I have. Like just for example, today, like my day was kind of split up. Like I have my own podcast. We had an interview this morning. Then I did 2 what we call coach-led workouts for GVAA. So we got to work with an agent named Libby Clearfield who casts out of Colorado. And then we did an improv workshop with my friend Tim Powers who worked with like the Groundlings and stuff like that. So I get kind of like I moderate all these things. So I get kind of a free education just being a fly on the wall, which is great.
That's sick.
And so I do that, and then I do auditions for a few hours, or if I have active projects, I do those. And then sometimes I have free time to do shit like this. So, and then as a house husband, I have time to like do chores and take care of our cats and stuff like that. It's a pretty blessed
House husband, yeah.
House husbands unite.
Yeah.
Yep.
And where are you located now?
I'm in Bellingham, Washington. Actually, that's
shit.
how I met Colin. He used to be up here. Definitely after this, probably visit you in Portland sometime soon. But but no, I'm up here
I'll
just
visit you in Bellingham.
yeah, why not? But we're just under the Canadian border. So, at this point, I'm happy with where we're at. If it seems like stars align and I need to move to a major market to really kind of go to the next echelon of my desired career, I'm open to that.
Mm-hmm.
Is LA
But-
like the obvious opportunity supermarket?
Trajectory, probably, yes.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, even though things are so much easier to work with whoever you want, almost, there are, I mean, for once you get to a certain echelon of like animation, AAA video game titles, some anime, you really need to be in LA because they are concerned about protecting that IP, right? Like they don't want that stuff going across the interwebs. They want it to be in a controlled studio environment, and
Yeah. That makes sense.
and it's just from a production practicality standpoint, it's just easier for them, right?
Yeah.
And for a lot of people who want to do like character work specifically, that's kind of the environment you need to be in because it's just so much more opportunities available, right? So like for people who are trying to pursue this, like the common booking ratio we throw out these days is like you're probably going to book 1 out of every maybe 150 or 200 auditions you do. So yeah, exactly. Like, and I've been there too. I was like, I've done 50 auditions and no bites. Or like, keep doing 150 more and then come back to me. Like, you know.
Yeah. I talked to a script writer about a script I was writing, and they were like, how many rewrites have you done? I was like, I mean, 5. And they were like, yeah, do about 45 more.
My God.
You know.
No, and that's the thing is like people have no idea how, like, I mean, how much rejection is involved, how much criticism you're subjecting yourself to. And it's not, again, it's nobody's trying to be like, you're a piece of shit. Why'd you waste my time? Well, maybe if they're an asshole, but it's just like, I need to be this critical in order to ensure the quality of what goes to air, right? Because again, these projects are very expensive to make. And so they have to make sure that their time isn't being wasted.
No, I totally feel that. Man.
Yep, it's difficult. It is difficult, but that doesn't mean that you should not try. And it doesn't.
No,
mean
absolutely.
that-
Like, I mean, I
especially if you
admit
wanna do
it's
it,
a
you know?
hard sell. It's like it'll take you years. There are no guarantees. highly recommend a survival/backup job in case things don't go well. But again, if you do, like, and you have to define your own success too. Like I'm not a rich man, but I live a rich life, and I value my time as well, and in the flexibility of being able or being flexible with my schedule, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, it's a dream job, and I just need to make sure that I don't rest on my laurels too much, that I let it slip away.
Mm-hmm. I totally
Got you.
feel it. Yeah.
Well, you might not be a rich man, but this podcast is a rich podcast because we take sponsorship money. So we gotta do it again. We're going to another commercial. So I'm sorry, but we gotta get paid.
Now on StarMart Streaming, propaganda.radio. You know, the truth is, I don't have any principles. I don't have any ethics. I don't have any virtues. I don't care how bad it gets. In this country, for me, for my family, I don't care. As long as it's worse for people who don't look like me. Finally, a voice for the worst people on the planet. You know, there's one thing also I'd like to say before we end. You know, we don't have to follow anything Jesus says in the Bible, in the scriptures, to call ourselves Christian. Because after all, Christianity is a useful tool of control, especially for our political project. And, you know, we have to remember that maintaining a tribal identity is actually the most important thing now, at this juncture. You know, I'm so tired of these woke, whiny liberal cucks trying to tell me that the Rebel Alliance in Star Wars were the good guys. Have you seen how fucking cool Darth Vader looked? Now, I'm sorry for cussing. I know this is a family show. But have you seen how cool Darth Vader looks? I mean, the Empire looked cool, guys, okay? The Death Star was a cool idea. Propaganda.radio. Political and media analysis that fits the state's goals.
I mean,
If they're gonna pay us money, man,
a lot of money. That's all I can
if
say.
they're gonna pay us money, that's all that matters.
It's like, bro, listening to that shit. My God, bro. Like, you're a fucking voice actor. Your voices are so fucking hilarious, bro.
I just listened to a lot of fucking pieces of shit talk,
That's
dude.
so fucking funny, bro.
Tucker
Like, oh my
Carlson,
God.
Alex
Like,
Jones, fucking.
we could be a team, bro. Like, oh my God. You need to be doing auditions and shit too. My God,
I
damn.
can't do 200 auditions. Oh my God.
I know you can. I know you absolutely can. So it's like with everything else you
Just
got
start
going
with
on
one,
and shit.
and then
That's
do
true. You just gotta-
199 more.
Well, Rob's going a different route. He's animating his own show.
Yeah.
So he's
I'm doing
creating his own
animation.
vessel. He is pulling a Tommy Wiseau, a Neil
That's right.
Breen.
I am pulling a Neil Breen myself.
Now, the question
Right.
is, how many times do I get to see your gooch in the cartoon?
Unfortunately, none. And there's a self-insert character in my cartoon. I'm totally pulling a Tommy Wiseau. And
Yeah.
it's
Breen,
probably not going to be very good, so it's going to be perfect. Dude. It's
Straight
gonna
up
be perfect.
channeling it.
So he's braining it.
Nah, man,
I'm
I
bringing
love
it up.
indie animators. I've started working with them a lot more. I mean, and for people who are starting, like, again, it's like you're only really limited by your imagination and like your ability to like hustle, really. And so almost daily now I'm finding like potential castings on Reddit, on
Oh, sure. Yeah. From
on
just
Twitter,
indie
Blue Sky.
animators and their own, like, projects. And
Yeah, no, I
bring you
love
on that
working
shit.
with them, and sometimes like for example, sometimes I'll give them a lower rate because I know that they don't like they're working with a smaller
That's what's up,
budget.
man.
If it's something that I'm really interested in and there's no budget, I'm like, hell yeah, why not? It'll be a fun experience, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I caution people to do that exclusively because it's very easy to not really move the needle professionally. Like if you're always
Sure.
working for free, right? And for some people, like if you're doing like freelance or Elance or Freelancer or Fiverr and stuff like that, like that clientele has been kind of trained to pay low because I mean that's what the whole platform is. But like, oh yeah, you do this video for $5, sure, And some people will really nickel and dime you just to try and get you to what we would call like an industry standard rate. Right. And it's like, oh, you want it in WAV, not MP3? That's another $5. Oh, you want you want the whole spot? Like, oh, that'd be another $5. Like, so it's really difficult, the hoops we have to jump through to justify our compensation sometimes. But all that is to say,
Big
like,
facts.
I recommend people, like, if you're starting from nothing, if you're starting with like a Blue Yeti mic in an like a closet or whatever, find people who are in your boat. Like find indie animators, find indie producers and directors and other aspiring talent to help kind of sharpen each other's irons. Anyways, don't think about that too hard. It's not, but anyway, in a circle jerk fashion, right? Much more, way more efficient that way.
A little innuendo. Oh,
yeah. It's all wordplay. But anyways, but yeah, it's again, find like-minded people. Like there's even a great platform called Casting Call Club, which has like free or no or low budget projects. And you can audition right now, right? And you can even get feedback on your auditions from people who listen to it or like thumbs up and all that stuff.
What's that called? Casting Call what?
Casting Call Club, CCC.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
And then there's also the VAC, which is Voice Acting Community Discord. So they have their own Discord group, and and there's also Record This for Free on Reddit. Like there's no shortage of volunteer or low budget or indie stuff that you can try out for now to just build your confidence. If you don't want to, like, say, invest in a class and then coaching and all that stuff, to just try it out, Like, a lot of people are kind of all or nothing, but I'm like, no, do it as a hobby first. Like, I can tell you, looking back on it, like, the hobby stuff was great. Learning about voice acting was great. Like, coaching was fun, and I get to work all these people. But then when it's your job, you're like, shit, I didn't make any money this month. Like there's all these psychological pressures that happen when your recreation becomes your vocation, right?
Yep. Yeah, so it's a brutal transition for sure.
Yeah,
can be
because you're putting your creativity, something that requires, if you're familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Creativity is not the lower level of hierarchy of needs, right? You need to fulfill certain levels before getting to that creativity. So when you're depending on your creativity to fill those bottom ones, it can get a little dicey.
Dave Fennoy, he's kind of a prominent video game actor. He was in like The Walking Dead from Telltale Games. He was in the Spider-Man series as the guy with the pigeons, or like in the Sony Spider-Man game. But he often talked about it. It's just like,
oh, okay. I knew who you were talking about. I was like, wait, this, okay.
Hey, I don't remember the pigeon guy.
But he also did like Lucius Fox in some of the Batman games as well. But anyways, he was talking about if you are coming from a place of desperation, that we can hear that, right? Yeah. So it's like, it might be in my everyday, I'm like, at Target, we have like all the best deals and all that stuff. At Target, we have all the best deals and please hire me because they're going to turn the lights off, Isn't
it strange that like the more desperate you are to get hired, the less likely you are to get hired? It's sort of like the classic, like, let's give stuff to the people who already have stuff because they'll know what to do with it.
I equate it a little bit more. Well, again, I mean, there's a reason why the voice acting used to be like the best kept secret in media, right? It was probably just a few dozen people who came from radio or on camera and stage, and they proved themselves to be utility players. So, like, that's why the Simpsons cast has been doing this for 30 years, right? But unfortunately, that is the exception. A lot of people see The Simpsons and they're like, oh, that's the voice acting career. No, that is a very exceptional voice acting career. Like, but most of us are working actors, right? Like, or working class. Again, if this is something that you want to do, don't put the pressure on yourself to go pro out the gate. right?
Yeah.
Don't put the pressure on yourself to be worthy of being paid for this. Give yourself permission to suck, right? It's like
you gotta
it's
suck before you don't suck. You
like
gotta,
Jake
you
the
gotta
dog
suck
said.
first.
Remember, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. So,
That's right. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Oh my God, yes. Oh man, I love it.
no, we got the cuties.
Sean, real quick, voice acting, as we've been talking about it. I want to know your top 5 voice actors. It doesn't have to be in any specific order, but who are some of your biggest inspirations and some of your most favorites? I know you've
Not Billy West. We know that he's not.
Yeah,
in the
but
running.
Billy's up
He's
there.
clearly not.
I actually, I got to meet him at Seattle at Emerald City Comic Con. This was in 2015, before like cons got super big, arguably too big. I met him and he was very gracious, and we even did like a dueling Zoidbergs thing. And it was funny because I was like, hey, can you do that scene with like the blue Zoidberg and the red Zoidberg? And he's like, he totally riffed. He's like, whatever. And just when it's doing his own thing. And so I was like, perhaps a certain blue lobster knew where the professor hid the box. And then he's like, I'm hearing an echo, but I know there's only one of me. And then I'm just like, hooray, I'm having a wonderful time. But yeah, so a lot of the Futurama cast, like Billy West, John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, love John. He's been great. I learned how to sound like I was smoking out of a bong thanks to him. But
oh shit! That's awesome. That's dope.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he did that on his interview with Rob Paulson. And actually just got to work with Rob Paulson at a workshop a week and a half ago at VO Atlanta. That was awesome. We were kind of just listening to his stories and like 50 years of experience, but it was really insightful.
He dominated the 90s, man.
Yeah, it's great. But other ones. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, does anyone ever do the joke his name was Rob Paulson?
All the time, like usually on like social media, but I mean, like I don't even know if he gets the Fight Club reference or not. But he's awesome. He's just such a just a what's the word I'm looking for? Like vibrant, joyful personality, and he's just like so happy to be alive, like and he really has this amazing knack for letting each person he talks to feel like they're getting his undivided attention. And he's just very grateful for the position he's been in, for the career he's had. And I find that attitude of gratitude is very important. It helps you be the anti-method actor, right? Where it's just like, hey, be easy to work with, be fun to work with, and people will remember you fondly.
Yeah. Yep.
But other than that, Alan Oppenheimer, definitely. Like Skeletor, and he was Falkor in...
shit.
A lot of people don't know that, but
I did not know that. Holy shit! That Falkor and Skeletor are the same guy.
I know, right? Makes you think.
Wow. That's awesome.
I actually got to do one of the I met with him over a kind of a conferencing thing like this because it was the pandemic and they were trying to see how you can do fan things with celebrity talent. And I told him this was right after I got that Pack Rat character. And I was like, oh, he's like Pack Rat. He was a little inspired by Skeletor. And he doesn't even like hesitate a moment. He's like, you damn dirty thief. Give me my voice back. But
awesome.
No, he was great. He's like, that's so great that you guys are working out of Seattle and that you're doing this and just keep going. And he was very encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How much video game work have you done?
I've done a couple. My favorite one, like early in my career, like when we had all these mobile games coming out, I did this thing for like this Chinese company called Princess Dress Up, where it's like I was not a princess, but I was playing the Prince Charming. It looked very much like the one from Cinderella. And so like if you basically he's like helping you get dressed with like, actually the theme is black and red or something like that. Like, are you sure you want to wear that? Kind of things. And then if you got everything right, you get this little animatic of us like ballroom dancing. And I'm like, you're the most beautiful princess I've danced with tonight. Kind of thing.
That's
oh
awesome.
my God.
Yo,
and then
that's
actually,
incredible, man.
Colin,
I love
our
it.
mutual friend IG, actually, he was working on a kind of like Call of Duty-esque like war game called Pavlov
Yeah,
or Pavlov VR.
Pavlov.
Um,
Yeah, that came out.
And then,
Oh, sick.
so it was like a VR experience. And so this was like they had a World War II expansion. And so I got to play a lot of German soldiers getting killed and blown up. It was fun.
Oh, that was
Uh,
you. Okay,
that was
cool.
me. And so
That's
I would
dope.
be, and it was funny because like we experimented with like how German is it, you know, like like so I kind of had to go
How
back and
German
forth,
is it?
like for example, one of the lines was like "Ich brauche Medizin," I need medicine. You know, they're like, and it's too German. Can you just say I need Medizin? You know, and so stuff like that. So I had to do. I was like kind of some, like I said, I was like the privates. So again, younger character, less sure of themselves, right? So help, I'm out of ammo kind of thing. Like, so a little bit more helpless. And then you had sort of like the opposite spectrum who was like their colonel kind of thing. And I just kind of channeled the Red Skull for that. Like, you know,
Sure.
it's like, so you just kind of puckle your asshole and then you have like a rod up the butt and then you're like, the enemy has conquered. No, I'm like you could crack a walnut right now, seriously. But
Yo.
and I actually learned that I learned that technique from my friend Eliza, who's like a
Grippy.
dialect coach. She's like, if you pucker your sphincter, your oral sphincter will also flex too. So if you're like trying to get a little bit.
Oh. Interesting technique, sir.
Exactly.
God.
So you hear about the diaphragm, but not the
no.
sphincter blast, right? So
Sphincter blast.
The sphincter black.
Blasting your Baja. You know what I'm saying?
Is it blue colored
No, we-
too? But
Drink enough Kool-Aid, you know.
I mean,
I know.
John Henry Kellogg started that one. But no, we've had Brandon, IG88, Brandon Clark on here multiple times to do a couple different episodes. He's done some commercials for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, IG's the man. And also, look out in the future for a album produced by IG featuring Kevin and myself. So
hell yeah.
look at that. But Sean, tell the people all the places they can find you. You said you have a podcast too. Is that what I heard? Did I hear
Yes.
that?
So,
Did hear
like I
that?
said,
What's this podcast?
So it's called the VO meter. It's a play on VU meter. So it's measuring your voiceover progress. Yeah, you can find us at vometer.com. And so, like I said, I was heavily inspired and definitely listening to like interviews and like podcasts about voice acting was a big part of my education. So like a year or two into this, I got reached out to by another talent named Paul Stefano, who's like, he's like 10, 15 years older than me. We have kind of an odd couple dynamic. Like kind of, I'm the bright and bushy-tailed one. He's a little bit more cynical. But anyways, so he reached out to me and he's like, hey, I'm trying to make a podcast. And I was like, well, where do we just started? Like, what can we talk about? He's like, no, exactly. That's the thing. A lot of these things are a little like inaccessible, right? Like, for example, Crispin Freeman's podcast, Voice Acting Mastery, it's a wonderful podcast, but it's very like you need to go to LA, and like you need to train as hard as you can, which might be unaffordable for some people, right? Like basically get a PFA kind of thing, or a Master in Performing Arts. But anyways, like that's just one track, and so we wanted something that was a little bit more modern, a little bit more current, and gave people an idea of what it's like to be a working voice talent in the 2000s, right? In the 2020s. And so like we talk about the mistakes that we see or that we've made ourselves, and try to help people avoid all of those things. So anyways, that's the VO Meter podcast.
Nice.
Okay, word.
Oh yeah. Well, hell frickin' yeah, Sean. I mean, if you were listening audience, if you recognize the name Sean Daeley, maybe because we've had Spike Daeley on here before.
Oh, nice.
He's also the older brother of one Sean. But your family's the best. I always love
Why,
you
thank
guys.
you.
So thank
and
you
we
so
love
much
you too,
for,
Colin.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. Essentially, you know, you're welcome back at another time. We'd love to have you back at another time. It's crazy. It's been like 180 episodes of this show, and I never got you
That's
on.
amazing.
unfortunately, but we want to say thank you. So thank you.
Thank you for being a guest, coming on a pod and chipping in. Your words are proof you are the greatest guest of them all. And if you had your own pod and you wanted one of us on too, you would see the bestest guest would not be me. And the show description says thank you for being a guest.
Thank you, Sean Daeley, for being a guest here at the Nostalgia Pit. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you,
Hey, my
Sean.
pleasure.
Yo.
All right, any
it was a
voice
pleasure.
requests before I peace out? See what I can do.
Ooh, any
I
voice
want-
requests?
Dude, I want more Fry.
Ah, come on. Go
And more
down already.
Stimpy.
Okay, let's
Fry
see
and
what I can
Stimpy.
do.
Yeah.
All right. What's a good
Fry and
fry
Stimpy
line?
talking. How about
Oh
that?
my God, yes.
Hey, little kitty. Oh, man, this is going to be really hard. Hey, little kitty, you want some, I got like a Frosty for you. Oh, a Frosty? Wow, that makes you say, oh, why does my brain hurt? Oh, yeah, that's that kind of a brain freeze thing. I get that all the time. I hurt so bad. Oh, don't worry, little guy, it's fine. I'm totally losing it.
That was good, man.
That was really
phenomenal.
good.
It
That's
was
way
awesome.
better than
I know.
anything I could
Hell
do. That's
yeah.
my fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Improv.
Fanfare for that.
Oh, you do Donald Duck too? That's the hardest one, bro.
Holy shit, that was awesome. I love that.
It's really hard to articulate, though. Like, you can tell that I'm talking, but it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to tell what you're saying.
I watched too much of that shit from when I was a kid, so it's like I could pick up every word that you were saying.
That's awesome. Hold me. Not everyone could do
But-
that.
Got a weird ear. We're gonna go into Black Magic Noise, The Purge Volume 2. You can purchase this on Space Base, the record, which is available on vinyl on the Black Magic Noise Bandcamp. And so we're gonna go with that. So here's some tunes to tune us out. And once again, thank you, Sean, for joining us.
Yeah.
My pleasure, guys.
BMN.
Black Magic Noise,
Creeps.
Battlefield,
R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
R.I.P.
Let's get it. Yo. Strapped up, go bananas. If you hear it blow, stand up, try to plant us. Chaos gonna grow. That's the anthem. Warren stanzas, our ghetto blasters. They gave us cancer and kill us for the antidote. Country going down the shithole, us against them. Holding on my pistol, I aim it at the system. Try to build a big fence, bitch, that shit is kindling. We're the Renaissance resistance, militia BMN. Fuck that sucker shit you talking about. Gatling gun, I'm about to mount. Mow you motherfuckers down, that's round for round all through your town. Look me dead in eyes and it's plain to see that if you ain't down to die, bitch, you better not fuck with me. Especially rolling over neo-Nazis in a black Denali. Some might call it kamikaze, but I feel no one can stop me. I'm a tortured soul, only goal is to burn it down. Gasoline on everything, say how you like me now, bitch.
What more can I say? The state of our state has really got me irate. Suggest you go run away and best to try play it safe. I'ma hijack a tank and then I turn up the bass.
Alright, better watch your back and get inside. If you scared, you ain't down to ride. Be careful playing with your life. Ooh, alright, better watch your back and get inside. If you scared, you ain't down to ride. Be careful playing with your life. It's just a story that turned the nation macabre. What good is your authority though when you facing the mob? They claim that they got it from God. Watch the bravado facade falter as they fall to a new altar and sloppily sob. Now we're stocking up on private property, sobs and Porsches like them we using force to increase our fortunes. We bring peace to war, bringing hordes. What you waiting for? This a blatant war. Witness sitting, all this making poor. This just the beginning. One day this whole thing will explode like a grenade with no pinning. We told them this is the road since the day was invented. No way to prevent it. They made it a game and we aiming to win it. You can't claim independent. No fence to sit on, no game or a gimmick. Pick a side, pick a side. Powerful or victimized. Say it louder to fit the vibe. People out here mystified. Believing it when they hearing these politicians' lies. They only strong as long as the security system's live.
What more can I say? The state of our state has really got me irate. Suggest you go run away and best to try play it safe. I'ma hijack a tank and then I turn up the bass.